reached the finish in Rosario, and the battle for the top spot was as intense as ever. Like a year ago, the Dakar started with a major upset for 2014 champion Nani Roma. Stuck in the mud on stage 2, the Catalan lost all hopes of victory early on. But week 1 was all about Sebastian Loeb. For his debut on the event, the 9-time WRC champion took stage wins 3 times and led the overall at the rest day. Nothing says that we can't fight until the finish. Of course, it motivates us and we want to carry on. But the Frenchman then learned the hard lessons of the Dakar. He first rolled his Peugeot before enjoying the sands of Argentina. Now we've come back to earth. Carlos Sainz, well, he started quietly and then pushed hard when it mattered. Leading the rally after stage 9. But El Matador was then forced to quit due to a broken gearbox.
El rally se terminó para nosotros.
In the Toyota clan, satisfaction came from the South African drivers. Leroy Potter conquered 5th spot overall, his best performance ever.
We'll go back up again. Yes, it's
While Giniel de Villiers again showed what a consistent driver he is. The 2009 champion taking a 7th podium finish in 3rd spot.
It could have been better, but it could have been worse.
One of the excellent surprises of this Dakar was Mikko Hirvonen, 4th overall, at the doorstep of the podium, and 1 stage win. And as expected, the top man of the X-Ray team was Nasser Al-Attiyah. He seemed to be the only driver able to threaten the Peugeot squad.
I am here to fight, I don't care, I will do my best, to win Dakar.
But pushing too hard cost him dearly. The 2015 winner eventually had to settle for 2nd. And 3 years after his last triumph, in only his 2nd season as a Peugeot driver, Stefan Petterhansel was at the height of his nickname, Monsieur Dakar. The Frenchman made the best of his experience all along the rally. Waiting for the decisive stages around Fiambala to hit hard, Petter takes his 12th Dakar title, 6 on a bike, 6 in a car. So to the final effort for the car crews, and still a possibility for an upset on the long straights of the province of Santa Fe. Sebastian Loeb finished the same way he started, on paths suited for his particular driving talents. The Frenchman took another stage on this Dakar, his 4th. That's 1 more than Vatanen when he first appeared, and as many as that other former WRC champ, Carlos Sainz. We see that the car is competitive even in the WRC type stages. With a buggy, it's really encouraging for the future. And it was a battle between WRC specialists on the final special. Victorious yesterday, Mikko Hirvonen had to settle for 2nd spot, beaten by his former rally rival Loeb. Giniel de Villiers was fully focused on consolidating his 3rd spot on the podium. Mission accomplished. He keeps his advantage of under 3 minutes on Hirvonen. In his 4-wheel drive Mini, Nasser Al-Attiyah was fast as usual and clocked the 3rd time of the day. Like in 2010, he finished 2nd on the Dakar this year. He was probably pretty nervous at the start of the day, but Stefan Petterhansel avoided taking any risks. He finished his final special in 13th spot. The Frenchman wins his 12th Dakar.
De passer la ligne
To cross
d'arrivée
the finish line
dernier
after the
kilomètre,
final
c'est vraiment une délivrance.
kilometre is like a
Il y a un
deliverance.
palmarès de mes victoires,
There's
mais
the record of my
celui-là
victories,
va
but this
rester, à
one
mon
will
avis, dans
stay
le top
in the
3
top
parce que
3. First of all, because it's a French
déjà parce que
manufacturer,
c'est un constructeur
and I've
français,
always
j'en ai rêvé
dreamt of
depuis
that.
toujours, et
And other than
au-delà
that,
de la
my
6e
6th win in a
voiture,
car,
c'est
it's a
une
very
victoire très
important
importante.
victory. So Petterhansel, 34 minutes over Nasser Al-Attiyah, his final standings, managing the gap for the last 3 days. De Villiers once again on the podium, 3 different manufacturers in the top 3. Hirvonen, what a debut for him. And Nani Roma, after the disappointment of his opening week, ends up 6th in the final standings. What could have been? We'll look forward to next year. And after the stressful moments of the final stage, it was podium time for Petterhansel and the whole Peugeot squad. There were also big smiles on the faces of the other podium finishers, Nasser Al-Attiyah and Giniel de Villiers. And a thumbs up also to the winner of the T2 production class, Nicolas Gibbon, in his Toyota Land Cruiser, who finished 33rd overall. Calm, consistent, you simply won't find better than Stefan Petterhansel. His appetite for glory as big as when he won his first Dakar in 1991. The only thing I'm interested in is the trophy, the overall victory. I manage my race around that. 6 titles on a Yamaha, 3 in a Mitsubishi, 2 in a Mini, then came Peugeot. When we started thinking about a Dakar program at Peugeot, the name of Petterhansel came up. The pressure is still here. It's there because it's the objective of our year. It's been hard work for 2 years in the Peugeot team, and we want to do well, so there's a lot of pressure. Stefan Petterhansel isn't only a fantastic driver, he's also a man appreciated by all. I believe he's the first person who gave me tips for Rally Raid when I was still a mechanic in Paris. When he came to the shop to say hi to everyone. Well, unlike many great bikers, he'd come down to the workshop to shake hands with all the mechanics. And that's the difference. So what pushes Petter to carry on fighting? It's the adrenaline, the challenge, the will to do something, to make history. And there's the pleasure. We have cars that are so great to drive. We have amazing sensations doing it. And that's the base to everything, to have pleasure driving. At 50 years of age, there's still time for more glory and pleasure for Monsieur Dakar. The final piece of the South American puzzle brought us through the sands of Argentina. Barren, yet fundamentally beautiful. La Rioja and San Juan dazzled and dazed the Dakar hopefuls in the latter days of the rally. Two weeks ago in Buenos Aires, the truck drivers all faced the same question: who would be able to fight the domination of the powerful Kamaz? Winners of the last 3 Dakars: Jan de Rooij and his Iveco, Peter Versluis and Hans Stacey in their MAN, or Martin Colomy in his Tatra, or perhaps a complete rookie. Peter Versluis in his brand new MAN was the star of the first week. With 1 stage win, the Dutchman was in the lead, fighting second by second. Unfortunately, he sank down to 12th overall after the loop around Belen. The 2015 winner, Irat Mardiev, had a difficult start to the rally, unable to find the rhythm on the twisty, fast roads of the first week. He had to use his talent to get his Kamaz onto the provisional podium. Despite his 2-stage wins, Nikolaev couldn't pass his teammate. The Kamaz driver fought for the win over several days, but unfortunately on stage 10 he saw his chance to win the Dakar disappear. Hans Stacey battled for the top 10 the whole rally. Too many technical issues stopped the race of Martin Colomy, who had a good start after winning stage 3, but his Tatra was not at the level of his competitors. The name and the legacy of his father, Jan de Rooij, are a massive amount of pressure for Gerard. He also has to carry the responsibility of being team owner. On top of that, de Rooij found the energy to lead the race from stage 7. He made the difference when the rally became really hard, both on the men and on the machines. Day by day, he increased his lead, and on the last night in Via Carlos Paz, his lead was over an hour. Even when you think the Kamaz are out of the race, Irat Mardiev finds a way to get his truck back into shape. Regular and fast, the reigning champion performed a spectacular second week. De Rooij had to watch the return of the blue truck in his mirrors all week long. Federico Villagra is not a beginner on the Dakar. He's seen the finish of the race twice, but in a car. A rookie in the category, the Argentinian is a revelation of this year. His race has been regular, fast and consistent, and he fought for the podium against one of his teammates, Ton van Knuten. On to the final stage, and Hans Stacey wanted some redemption after a Dakar he'll surely want to forget. With today's win, the Dutchman will go home with 2 stage victories to his name from this year's rally. And when he took to After the start of the stage, Federico Villagra knew he had to be careful all day long. He was leading his teammate Ton van Genooten by 30 minutes. Nothing to be worried about, but the Argentinian wanted to make sure he was going to bring his Iveco home in the last spot of the podium. For his debut in the category, Villagra has shown a lot of speed and wisdom. Third in 2016, he'll certainly go for better next year. The 2015 winner will give his crown away today, but Marty Eve has managed another podium result this year, second, but perhaps with the feeling he's never been in the fight with the winner. Gerard de Roy accomplished what his father Jan never managed, winning a second Dakar. His victory is a result of a very strong performance during both weeks of the rally. 3 stage wins and always in the top 5. De Roy has also broken 3 years of Kamaz domination. Having the truck of Villagra alongside him on the podium makes this victory even sweeter. De Roy can celebrate this victory with his navigator Moises Torreladorna and his mechanic Derek Rodwald. Perhaps somewhere it was destined that this Dakar would change its colour from blue to turquoise. The final gap only 1 hour and 10 minutes, nothing in the truck race from De Roy and his Iveco over Mardiv in the Kamaz. Villagra, a maiden podium in third.
We've just finished the final special.
Somebody who never is on the camera, Romain here, who every day takes care of the cameras, changes and makes sure that we have something to film. Say hi to my Dakar.
Yeah, hello my Dakar.
It's nice. I'm ready for a nice hotel room. This is the end of my Dakar here in the podium. Perhaps see you next year or in a couple of years.
Mixed emotions. You know, you kind of deep down feel that you should have been up there, but I'm really happy for my team members and all the friends I've met during this rally. And the people who are up there have deserved to be there. They've had to dig deep and cross many barriers. So congratulations to them all. And maybe one day in the future, who knows, it could be me up there. Bye for now. Au revoir. Ciao.
After an eventful race in the beautiful landscapes of Argentina and Bolivia, minds turn to the next edition and the nations that will welcome the next Dakar adventure.
It's too soon for 2017. We of course have contacts here in Argentina with the new authorities, recently elected. They're discovering the event and will want to measure the impact of the event in Argentina. We've also been in contact with the Chileans for many months. And we also have candidates like Uruguay and Paraguay, countries interested in joining in on edition of the Dakar. So that's basically the global scheme we have.
Donc voilà un peu le schéma global.
Onwards, ever onwards, the Dakar soul journeys towards the next challenge. Its roots buried deep in the sands of Africa, never forgotten. Its present and future in the kind embrace of South America. This year, another chapter of history was scribed across the terrain with unyielding determination by men and women who choose to pursue their dream, becoming part of the beating heart of the Odyssey.